Okay, so for math this week, on Monday I want to do a Math Talk Monday and pick an image and give a chance for students to do some discussion about the image and really look closely at the math. And then I thought to get them kind of looking a little bit more and realizing that math is everywhere, I'd like them to go and we're going to look at taking some pictures. So as long as the weather's good, I'm hoping that we can go outside for this and then take some pictures and then come back and give them a chance to look through the pictures together, discuss the math, and then record their thinking with it to really get them seeing that math is everywhere and really a good review of the different concepts. I'm thinking especially number, and the image that I have in mind is really going to focus on the idea of counting and numbers. So it will kind of tie into that area that I think the students really need. And then on Tuesday, it will give us a chance to do the mitten and glove inventory for our store. And I want them to get into the idea of maximizing area. So I thought about some different things, from the cookie sheets to the tables to the squares on the floor, and look at how what kind of objects would be best to put in them based on the size, and then how the number that are available or the number that are in each area vary depending on the size of the actual object. So really getting them into that idea and thinking about how to maximize that space so that they can apply it the next day when we figure out how to display these mittens and gloves and how to use our limited shelving area in order to store them. So, and also the idea of getting the order form. So figure out which classes we want to deliver the order form to, and creating the order form, which is something that I want to get into, maybe even in language, with the students actually doing the writing for it. And so then on Thursday, the idea of going to collect the orders, count the totals, figure them out, deliver the ones that need to be delivered, and then figure out what to do with the remainder and how to organize them. So how are we going to put them together? Where are they going to go? And again, this can go into the idea of area, which area is best suited based on the number that we have left. And then on Friday, we probably won't have much time for math because we're supposed to have this police presentation happening last period. So I want to do some math. I put in math games, for lack of a better word, but to kind of really focus in on the idea of the counting and some of the counting skills prior to our activities and stuff for the following week, and really kind of reviewing the skills of counting and number recognition, which is something I think the students really need. So for language mini lessons, one, posters for the store. So I already have some of the mittens and gloves out to get them thinking, looking at what information they can include, what would be the best information to include for these posters, and how are they going to actually display it. And then the announcements, so that maybe they could write an announcement to read to let teachers know that we will have these mittens and gloves to give out to the students that need it, and listen to some of the other announcements to figure out what kind of information to include and how best to do the writing. And this actually can even get into the idea of point of view a little bit. And then the idea, we also have to finish writing the book. So because the first page was done with a lot of rhythm and beat through the word choice, I'd really like to kind of look at that idea as well, and then see if there is any additional pictures that we want to take. And also the idea of doing the writing order form. So assuming that everything goes according to plan, this may need to get brought up here, I'm thinking, to an earlier mini lesson, to just make sure that we have those order forms done before our math on Wednesday. So we could do the order forms. We could actually make them on Wednesday morning, and then I can just photocopy them at lunchtime, because we won't need that many of them, but just to make sure that they are actually done in advance. And then getting into the idea of the comic strip and the dialogue piece, really kind of looking at expanding ideas. We did look at how what kind of dialogue they can add and what kind of things people might be discussing, but how can we get more ideas in there? And then this week for shared reading is going to be the Reindeer Pokey with the other grade 1 classes, and really the review of the sight words that are in the song. So we can look a little bit at that as well, and really kind of focusing in on that and decoding the words in the song as well as singing it and getting the beats so that we are actually singing it together as well as doing the actions, which kind of has the music tie-in too.